everyone, and welcome to the introduction to my new Let's Play Popham Park. Now, this Let's Play will be about a neighbourhood in Willow Creek. So this sort of upper middle class neighbourhood with the four houses. We've got four families that we are going to be playing, we'll be watching. I'm planning for a lot of drama. It's going to be more of a storyline based thing. And yeah, it should be good. I certainly hope that you enjoy it. But for this video, I'll just introduce the families, the characters that will be in this Let's Play. And then the next time it will be the beginning of the series. So the first family we have here is the Miles family. Now the Miles family is a single father with his teenage son and his young daughter. They have recently lost their mother and his wife. So they're just, it's sort of a interesting transition period for them. And we'll just have a look. So the father we have is Scott Miles. He's over here playing basketball at the moment and falling and looking like he's gonna break his wrist. So that's fun. And his aspiration is successful lineage. So, his family is quite important to him and he wants them to do well in life, basically. And his traits are active, ambitious, and loner. And of course, domestic because of his family aspiration. He's in the adult life stage. So, he's not young anymore. He's getting there, and he has to learn his way now that he's lost his wife, who he loved very much, and sort of raise their children. Yeah, and he might struggle a bit throughout the series trying to find, and also I might have to date a bit maybe because it's got to be lonely. So we'll see what happens there. And then his son, Jonathan, he's a teenager. Jonathan over here, his aspiration is a bodybuilder. So he really wants to be fit and he wants to do, he quite likes basketball. That's why the basketball hoop is there. That's something he and his dad do together to sort of bond. And that's their thing to do. And he is, he just wants to be quite sporty. Even though one of his traits is lazy. It's because he enjoys his TV and napping and being comfortable. It's just how it is. It's just how he is, but that doesn't mean that the exercise and the sports isn't important to him. It's just a bit more difficult for him. And also he's a bit of a goofball, so he's probably like the joker of the class, the type. And then his little sister, Sophie. Sophie here, is a sweet little girl. She's an artistic kind of little girl. Her childhood aspiration is artistic prodigy, and her one trait is cheerful. So even though, she has lost her mother, she's always been more of a happy-go-lucky sort of person. We'll see how that goes. And then here is the house that I built for them. So it's a nice 3-bedroom home. Scott bought it with his wife when they were newly married, before they had children. And, there's still touches of his wife in the home. Like a lot of the pieces of art and stuff were from her. Things like these chairs were her. That urn is literally her urn. And then, we've got her perfume still there. So, she's still very much in the spirit of the house, but the family's sort of trying to move on. Like, they'll never forget her, but they're just gonna have to sort of keep going and move on. So yeah, that's the Miles family. Next we'll go to the Holt family. Okay, so next we have the Holt family, and I have no idea why she's standing out here, but you know, that's what she's doing. So here we have Abby. So Abby is an artsy type sim. Her eyes are closed at the moment, that's great. Her aspiration is painter extraordinaire, and her traits are outgoing, art lover, and childish. She and her wife, Brielle, have recently bought this house. You know, they've been married, I don't know, they've been married for a bit, but they were living like in the city, and now they've come out into the suburbs. They're ready to start a family, look at adopting, and really continue that way. And then over here is Brielle. Big barbecue thing going over here. So Brielle, she is in the doctor career. She's doing quite well for herself. Her aspiration is fabulously wealthy, and her traits are perfectionist, neat, and genius. So, yeah, the one's science, one's art sort of thing, but they do love each other quite a lot, and they are looking into adoption at the moment. And we will see how that goes for them. Hopefully, it all works out for them. But you know, stories, drama is bound to happen. Maybe, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's a quick introduction for this family, really. I just got one of houses I'd already built, and just changed some things. So it's a 3-bedroom home. Those rooms will eventually be for any children that they adopt, for any of their future children. So yeah, that's them. And on to their next family. The next family that we have is the Rosales family, which is the only nuclear family of the lot. And we have here the father, Lito Rosales. His aspiration is a master chef, so he cooks. And his traits are outgoing, foodie, and gloomy. And then his wife, Adelaide, who's out here. Now, Adelaide, her aspiration is a musical genius, so she's quite a musical type sim. We've got musical instruments in the house. And her traits are creative, slob, and childish. And then they have the 2 children. Let's go with Thomas because he's right here. So, little Thomas, the baby of the family, a little toddler. His one trait is wild, so he's a very hands-on child for Adelaide to deal with. And then the other one, we have Isabella, who is the she is a social butterfly. That's her aspiration. So you know, she loves meeting people, and she's a bit of a goofball as well. You know, funny. She likes making people laugh, basically. And again, this house is one I'd already built because I didn't want to build 4 new homes for these Sims. Look at this, Abby. So it's the one called Suburban Dreams. It's on my channel. I've changed it a bit. I've put on a toddler bed, added more instruments, but not much has changed really. It's still very much the same. But this is, this is a good home for them. It worked well for them. And now on to the last family to introduce. And finally, we have the Oates Satterfield family. I did have to double check that, sorry. They're not my characters, they're not my family that I created. They are actually a family that my patron and friend Vic created. So on my Patreon, I have an option for people on that tier to have their sim creations in my game in any way, whether it be as a major character, background characters, a house that someone lives in, or a community lot that they use, or something like that. So Vic created this family for me. We have a Magdalena Oates, who is the matriarch. She also has the successful lineage aspiration, which she may have trouble with. she's old now. And her traits are neat, snob, and insane. Based on the snob and insane thing, like, not really the insane thing, but the snob thing. I imagine them being from like a old family with old money or whatever. So that's the kind of house I built for them. It's sort of like an old style home, more Victorian. Just been in the family for a while. And then we have her granddaughter Elisa Satterfield. She's recently moved in with her grandmother after she lost both of her parents tragically. And her aspiration is public enemy. And her trait is insider and mean, and decided to go with that aspiration. You know, she's troubled, I guess. You know, she's lost both of her parents at a young age, and she kind of has to deal with that. She's also knows Jonathan. They have a bit of an interesting relationship. They've been a bit flirty, but nothing's ever come of it. And to be honest, they've both been like, maybe not, because they're very different. You know, he's a jock type. He's a popular goofboy type. You know, that kind of guy. And then Elisa, you know, she's new. She's got that hair, she's lost her parents, and she kind of a bit of a makes trouble. So they don't really go in the same crowd, but there's an attraction there that neither of them really wants to admit to. That seems to be the case anyway, because like when I was like setting up certain things, like they would be flirty with each other, and then one of them would be like, no, I don't want this after all. And then they'd be flirty. And then the other one would be like, oh, no, I don't want this after all. So it will definitely be interesting to see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see, I suppose. And yeah, this is their home. It's a 4-bedroom home, but one of the rooms is a study and the other one is empty at the moment. This is Magdalena's bedroom. She's got a chair there where she can snoop on her neighbours, and then Elisa's room isn't really personalised in any way because it's sort of new for her. You know, like, she's recently here and she hasn't really been able to personalise it at all. Which, you know, is unfortunate, but yeah, maybe that will change as time goes by. But yeah, that is all for our introduction to this Let's Play. Like I said at the beginning, this is going to be more of a story-based one. I picture it as a sort of a soap opera type thing. Not quite, but like it'll be dramatic and weird, and like it'll be focusing on like the relationships rather than their personal goals. And you know, creating drama basically, because that's fun. Creating drama is fun. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video and that it's the introduction to the characters has been good, and that you're looking forward to the Let's Play starting. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.